Next up, we're going to get the picture of Bob Ross in there. Here's what it's supposed to look like to the left of the H1 text. So at this point, we've learned how to write img tags to put an image into the HTML file. We've also learned how to put a background image on something. And so what is the correct way, an img tag or a background image? And the answer is, it really depends on whether the image is content or whether it's styling. So for example, this is a picture of Bob Ross. It's more like a picture in a newspaper where you would put a photo with a caption or something. It's not necessarily about the style of the page, it's really content related. In contrast, this blue color on the background and these splatters and so forth, that's more like styling. So you could change this image, these splatter images, you could change the blue and it wouldn't really affect the content of the page. But if you change this picture to a picture of somebody else, that really would affect the content of the page. So that's kind of how you mentally make that call. In that case, I'm going to go stick this in with an img tag and then we will move it around as necessary. It should be next to the words from Bob Ross, so here it is. Images, Bob Ross. It looks, I think it's going to be too big, but we'll see in a minute. Alt might be Bob Ross. And let's see how that looks. It's a bit big. It's making the words go over. So I'm going to say, let's say 200 by 200 instead of 300 by 300. We really only have to specify the width to get the, and then the height, we'll get the height for free. Width equals 200. That's a bit better. Maybe 250. What's the original look like? Actually, that looks pretty good. We'll have to adjust the padding a little bit, but not too bad. Okay, since we're here and we're dealing with big containers, let me take a look at the padding and margin and so forth. I have too many things open. Get rid of that. There we go. Okay, so bit of padding around the outside. Usually, if possible, I'll do the padding in ems. And I'm going to say, let's start with 1 em of text and see how it looks. So, and this would be on the container object. Container, padding on all sides, so 1 em. Let's have a look. It's okay, a little bit too much at the top, but I like the sides. That's looking good. What's going on at the top here? There's just too much padding. Let's see what we can find out in the inspector. There's the image, there's the container. The green stuff in the container is the padding. What is that extra space above the image? Oh, it's the margin of the H1. Let's get rid of that top margin of the H1, all right? I have a rule for it. I'm gonna try it up here. The default looks like it's giving it 0.67 EMs of margin. So I'm just gonna zero this out for a minute. Yeah, that's much better. Let's make it happen in the actual CSS file. I don't have a rule for H1 yet, so I'll make one and just say margin top 0. That's looking pretty good. I like that a lot better. This is differing from the, so it looks like also what's happening is the margin outside this container is, it looks like another EM of margin if I look all around. So I'm going to put an EM of margin around it as well, outside its box. I could also do that on the body. So I could put the body padding or margin to be 1 EM, but I'm going to stick to the container here just for consistency. Margin 1 EM. I have a friend named Marin, so I'm forever thinking of her when I mistype margin. Ah, that's looking good. Okay, in the next video, I think we will look at the this border and some of the alignment, the horizontal text alignment.